Hey there, and welcome to day 10 of the challenge. Now, obviously, I did not record this video the exact same day after day 9 because I've got a little bit of a fuzz here and it takes me more than one day to grow that. We'll see how long I keep it. Well, I don't know. Anyway, today I wanted to talk to you about the call to action, which is essentially getting your reader to do something after consuming some piece of content on your blog. It's always important to give them some type of a call to action. It doesn't have to mean buy something. It just could be as simple as leave a comment, subscribe to the list, something like that. But you want to give your reader a next step all the time. You really just don't ever want to not give them a next step. So let's go over to my screen for a minute. Let's talk about the call to action and also where to put it on your site. So some potential calls to action might include things like click here for more information, to get more help. I mean, one thing that I've seen people do is they will lay out the groundwork on how to do something, but then if they want more detail about it, they can click for more information, or if they, some service or a product that might be designed to make it much easier, then that would be a natural call to action, typically at the bottom of the post. Another one is to ask for the subscription. So it could be get on my newsletter, if you go to my blog, and I'll show you this in a minute, is as if you like this content or something to that effect, then subscribe to the list. And that's another good call to action. Another one is just asking them to post a comment. Really simple. A lot of people ask me, how do I get more comments and more interaction on a blog? Well, this is the big one. Just simply ask them in your post with a question and ask them what they think and ask them to post a comment. And that is a call to action. And then another one that you can do is simply to ask them to share. If you directly ask people to retweet something or share it on Facebook or something like that, then that can help out quite a bit. Now, another thing you want to look into is stop points. Now, the stop points are places on the blog where the eye will naturally rest. So usually when you look at a blog, your eye is going to gravitate towards something, and then it's going to flow to different points on your blog. Now, the points where it actually comes to rest and the eye will focus there, that is a stop point, and these are great places to put a call to action. So some places that you can do this would be on the blog homepage, typically beneath the nav bar. So you've got your top menu, usually above that or below it, you'll have a logo and a byline and things like that. But right underneath that, usually, above any content, you can put a call to action right there. And as I'll show you in a minute, I've got a big opt-in there, and I think that works pretty well. Another stop point would be the top of your sidebar, a really good place for an opt-in box. Another one is directly beneath the post. Now, if this one is really clear as a stop point, because the idea would be that they have actually read the content, they've gotten down to the bottom, and now they're asking themselves, now what? So it's a natural stop point and a really powerful place to have a call to action. And then lastly is the footer, because you're always going to have the scrollers, the people that go down to the bottom of the site, and you want to have something down there that actually gets them to do something. The footer is overlooked real estate by a lot of people. I mean, it's obviously not going to get nearly as much attention as something above the fold, but it's still good real estate, so you want to make sure you use it. Now, there's also the in-content stop points. So you have content that's on your blog, and you're going to have places within the content that might come to a natural pause. Some examples of this would be on your About page. Now, we're going to talk more about the About page soon, but the About page, when it's done well, is going to have some natural stop points in there, and that's a great place for a call to action. But also, if you put together a guide post or something like this, some big post that has a natural stop point at the end of it, well, that would be another good place for a call to action. Now, I want to end off here talking about the rule of multiples. The rule of multiples is very simple. That is that when you give people multiple calls to action, they're probably not going to do anything. So don't ask them to do too many things at once. You want to try to never give them more than one call to action at a time. So if you ask them to post a comment, to retweet something, and to get on your list, they're probably not going to do any of it. They're just going to back off. However, if you ask them to do one thing, then your conversion rate on getting them to actually do that one thing is going to be much higher than if you try to get them to do, two or more things at the same time. Now, real quickly, let's head over to my blog, and I just want to demonstrate a few of these stop points to you. Okay, we're sitting here on my blog, davidrisley.com, and you can see here on the homepage below the nav bar, we've got a call to action. It's to get onto my list. Natural stop point. And we're going to be talking more about home pages soon in a future day for the challenge. Now, if we click over here, we've got stop points here above at the top of the sidebar, and it's also above the fold. You notice I don't have to scroll to see that. Now, if we go down to the bottom of a post, we're going to have another stop point here. And you'll see that I have a call to action here for the email list. The number one priority, in my opinion, of any blog is to get them onto your email list. So this is the focus of my calls to action on my blog. Now, I do have these social media things here. So technically, there are two things going on here, but you'll notice I also have those buttons here, and they float. The primary thing here is the call to action. So they're going to read the post, get down here, and bam. And then lastly, I'll bring up, and that is having something in your footer. If somebody scrolls all the way down, I want to give them something to do. So in my case, I've got the opt-in here, and I've also got a few links here. So those are just a quick demo of some stop points on my particular blog. And you can, of course, check those out for yourself at davidrisley.com. So hopefully that was helpful. That is the call to action. I want you to, as this video ends, I want you to look at your blog and see if you are dropping the ball with regard to a call to action. Look at the end of your blog post. Look at the way that your site is designed, and look at, are you getting your reader to do something after they arrive on your blog, or are you just giving them a dead end? And you know, in traffic, if you have somebody going down a dead end street, they're pretty much going to be pissed off when they get to the end of it. So what are you doing on your blog? Are you giving people a bunch of dead end streets? You don't want to do that. So make sure you give them a call to action. I will see you tomorrow, which will be day 11. We're going to be talking on my list here a little bit about your unique selling proposition. It's a really, really important topic, and I'll see you tomorrow.